At the age of 22, I met a guy. He had such an impact on my life. We fell in love, and shortly after, a few months, he moved into my apartment with me and my daughter. Things quickly got serious between us. And then shortly after, things started changing, where the abuse started. The mental, the verbal abuse, the physical abuse. And this went on for some time. Then the apology would come. And then the abuse would start again. And then there'll be another apology. And soon after, the abuse. And I saw what it was doing to me, to him, and to my daughter. And I knew this couldn't go on. But it continued for 4 years. For 4 years, we lived like that, in abuse and love. How can you love someone and still abuse them, right? Well, it happened. But the flip side to the story is I was the abuser. And I abused this man for 4 years. What changed was at the ending of the 4th year, he looked at me and said, if you do not change, you are going to be just like your mother, old and alone. Because nobody's going to want to be with you or stay with you. You're a good woman. However, you do not know how to keep the man because of your ways and because of your abuse. So I had to unlearn what I learned. It was my anger that I had and unforgiveness that I had that everyone else had placed upon me or I had taken. People who rejected me, people who abandoned me, my daughter's father abandoned us, the church abandoned us, family, friends abandoned us. We were given up on. We were told that you'll be nothing, you're not going to go anywhere in life, nothing will come of you. So I became angry at my community. I became angry at those who hurt me, and I took it out on that man with a vengeance. And he did not deserve that. He was a sweet and loving, kind, respectful man. But I was emotionally ill. And I needed to be healed. I had no right being in that relationship or in any relationship because I was broken. And I had unforgiveness. And I had anger. And I had hurt. And I had bitterness. And I took it out on him. He loved me. He gave me love. He treated me with love. He treated me with kindness and compassion and forgiveness. And he stayed with me for 4 years until it was I who said, let's not go any further. Let's not do this any longer. Because he still wouldn't leave. Even though I was pushing him away, he still decided and wanted to stay to try to work on it. But this guy and I still maintain a friendship over the years. Good man, good to my daughter, walked her down the aisle when she was getting married, very supportive, very encouraging. 4 years ago, I sat with myself, did a lot of self-examination, and I was praying and reading my Bible and going over my life and why this anger was still there, this temper, because I had a temper that I struggled with. And I was going through my life, going through everything. He came back to my mind. You know, Aretha, you never apologized to him. You never apologized to this man. So called him up. So this is over 30 years later. I called him up. And I said, hey, I need to talk with you for a minute. He was like, what's up? I said, let me apologize to you. I never did. for how I treated you, for how I hurt you, for what I did to you, for how I made you feel, for my anger impacting you. I need to apologize. Forgive me. And he was driving at the time. He goes, let me pull over for a minute here. I got to get this. And he sat in it for a minute. And he also apologized. It wasn't until recently I realized I hadn't forgiven myself. And that I needed to apologize to myself as well. And I needed to forgive myself for exposing my daughter to that and for treating that man the way I did. I needed to apologize to me and to forgive myself for hurting these people in my life and for hurting myself and for not forgiving myself and for carrying that unforgiveness for so many years. So a lot of us, we think about the hurt that people have put on us, but many a times we hurt others. You know that saying, hurt people hurt people. It is so true. I was hurting and I hurt him. So sometimes we need to sit down and really think about who we are, who we want to be, because it's who I want to be. I do not want to become like my mother. And she was a very abusive woman, very abusive in every way you can think of. But I didn't want to become that person. I wanted to become a better mom, a better mother to my own daughter. I wanted to become better to myself, to a better person to myself. I wanted to love myself more and respect myself more and teach myself better. And my daughter, I wanted to reflect that in my daughter's life. I wanted her to see that in me, so that will impact her. I wanted her to see what kind of a woman she should be and need to be to herself before she can be that to someone else. Because you must first treat yourself with kindness, with love, with respect, with regard, before you can do that. Because you must first heal. And I wasn't healed at that time. But I can stand before you today and say that part of my life is healed. Healing is a process. Because every day when I sit with myself, I remember something from when I was a child, from when I was 2 years old, 5 years old, that still affects me till this day. Then I have to go through that process of healing. So we must first heal us before we can even tell others or preach to others or teach others how to heal. We must heal. Forgive yourself first. Work on you first, because that is the greatest impact. Thank you. Hi, my name is Aretha Taylor, and I am from the United States. And I'm here today at LOST for Life Skills Speaking Engagement. And I have had a wonderful time so far, meeting so many people from all around the world, from even this country, speaking about their stories, inspiring you and encouraging you. And I am truly blessed to be here, and it is an honor to be among so many wonderful, great speakers, innovators, and empowerment people. So I thank you for this opportunity.